surrounding me, let it break at your name still. Call the sea to still, the range of me to still. Every wave at your name, Jesus, Jesus. You make the darkness tremble, Jesus, Jesus. Silence fear, Jesus, Jesus. You make the darkness tremble, Jesus, Jesus. Call these bones to live, call these lungs to sing once again. I praise Jesus, Jesus. You make the darkness tremble, Jesus, Jesus. Silence fear, Jesus, Jesus. You make the darkness tremble, Jesus, Jesus. Jesus, Jesus. You make the darkness tremble, Jesus, Jesus. Silence fear, Jesus, Jesus. You make the darkness tremble, Jesus, Jesus. Your name is a light that the shadows can't deny. Your name cannot be overcome. Your name is a light forever lifted high. Your name cannot be overcome. Jesus, Jesus, you make the darkness tremble. Jesus, Jesus, silence fear. Jesus, Jesus, you make the darkness tremble. Jesus, Your name is a light that the shadows can't deny. Sing it out. Your name cannot be overcome. Your name is a light forever lifted high. Your name cannot be overcome. Your name is a light that the shadows can't deny. Your name cannot be overcome.
game time! Woo! Hello, HSM. How are you guys? Dude, that's what I'm talking about. Solid. So solid. The name tag you gave me earlier said middle school mentor, so I was like, should I even be here right now? I don't know if I'm allowed up here.
Anyways, Merry Christmas.
Merry Chrysler.
It is totally Christmas time. So,
Totally.
in order to, I don't know, celebrate that, we obviously had to have a Christmas-themed game.
That's true.
Right?
Right.
Right. So, Titus, you want to tell us what our game is?
It's Finish the Lyric.
Woo!
Christmas edition. Hey, do you guys love Christmas music? Do you love singing it? Well, we're going to ruin that for you today by my singing. Yeah. Yeah. So what's going to happen is we're going to bring somebody up on stage.
We need
a Christmas connoisseur who loves.
Is that a word? Kidding. Yeah.
Just because you don't know doesn't mean it's not a word.
We need one of those ones. A Christmas
We need
croissant.
one of the
connoisseurs.
Yes.
Yeah, we need a Christmas
We need
connoisseur.
a Christmas connoisseur to come up, and we're gonna have a little batch of lyrics that will sing.
Batch?
Yeah, or a little paragraph, whatever you want to say. From connoisseur to batch, that's the level that's going on. And then we'll stop singing, and then you will fill in the next line, or sing it if you want to, if you're in the holiday spirit. And if it's right or wrong, then we'll all sing it together.
Yeah, the audience has to sing whatever lyrics are.
And we'll give you a little prize at the end for participating.
Christmas Kid comes up with. Christmas Kid.
Oh.
All right, who's our Christmas champ?
Who likes Christmas?
Mia! Give it up for Mia!
Wow. What qualifies you as a Christmas connoisseur? You cry during Christmas songs?
Why would you say it if it was a lie? So you do cry to Christmas songs.
Wow.
Have you
You're
guys
so
heard the
passionate
Christmas
about
shoes song?
Christmas.
That one does make me cry.
Wait, which
That
one?
Christmas shoes. It's so sad. Don't talk about it. Don't
His
talk
mom's
about
dying?
it.
Jace me.
That's enough.
Jace me forced me, yeah. I'm saying what she said. Don't blame me. Forced you to watch it, and it's just like so sad. Wow. I thought Christmas was supposed to be like a holiday cheer, not holiday jeer. You know what I mean?
Cheer?
Yeah.
You're making up words.
No,
now.
it's
Mia,
real.
would you like to stand in the middle?
Stand in the middle, yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Let's pull up our first
Your first
batch
Christmas
of lyrics.
song.
Jingle
bells. Jingle bells, jingle
bells.
all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride
in a one-horse open sleigh.
Yeah, wow. Yay.
That's right. Okay, everybody, you ready to sing it?
Wow.
Jingle bells,
jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride.
Hey! All right, let's do the next batch of lyrics.
Okay, that was a direct call out. I see what you're doing. Oh, Frosty the Snowman was alive as he could be, and the children say he could laugh and play.
Just the same as you and me.
Oh! Is that correct? Is that? Whoa! Everybody!
Everybody all together.
Everybody! Oh, Frosty the Snowman was alive as he could be, and the children say he could laugh and play just the same as you and me. It's just me, yeah.
Let's pull up our next,
Wow.
our next
Christmas.
Yep. Our next Christmas. Yep. Oh, this
I
one.
remind you of the Merry Christmas girl. Merry Chrysler. Wow,
That's
you're
funny.
welcome. I'll do autographs after the show.
Show?
Okay. All right, here we go.
Sigh.
Hey, whoa. Moment of silence. Perfect. Thank you for that moment of silence. 1, 2, 3. Silent night, holy night.
No.
Shepherds quake at the sight.
Glory
Glory stream from heaven afar.
All right, Mia.
Don't judge me. It's churchy. It's really churchy. It's churchy.
Bringings of peace. Bringings
Okay, no, that's not okay. Do you know it? Act it out. Act it out.
Oh.
Here. Yeah. I'm gonna do sound effects for her. Oh.
Hallelujah. You got that all from that?
Wow. Wow. That was it?
I must be a really good actress.
I need to see again.
Wow. Yeah. Oh.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Yeah,
Wow.
you're
Okay. Where was the other part? You got the first word.
Yeah. Heavenly ghosts sing hallelujah.
I don't know if that's it, but okay.
Is this a
If you think it's it, then show us. What is it?
Yeah, show us.
Oh! Wow.
Thanks.
Yeah, I don't
Good
know.
job too, man.
No.
for
I've
getting
only
that
listened to
from my-
Christmas music once. That's it. Just once.
Let's move on
That's
next
it.
one.
Yeah, next one. Oh, I'm dreaming of a white Christmas with every Christmas card I write. May your days be merry. This is how these go. What's the next line?
And may all your Christmases be white.
Oh.
Wow. Wow.
Whoa.
Wow, she's up here spitting heat. Wow. It's hot. Shoot. When's your mixtape dropping?
Right.
Yeah, we got it right. When she said it, everyone's like, oh, she nailed it. We didn't even need to see the answer. That's okay. All right, we'll go to another one. Oh, God. Stick to your t-shirt. All right. All I want for Christmas is my two front teeth. My two front teeth. See my two front teeth. Gee, if I could only have my two front teeth. Oh, wow. I love people.
Max is saying no. Here, I don't know the words.
This one? Oh, here we go. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Wow. That was insane. Okay, do you want a mic back or? Okay. All right, cool.
What do you think, Mia?
Yeah. She already answered it before you acted. Oh, she's just like, you're dead wrong. I'm giving you another opportunity. So you don't look like a
so
fool.
what did you get from that?
Yeah.
You're a really good
Wow, she's like an investigative journalist. And so
what
what
do you
happened
think-
at the
so
scene?
what do you think the next
Yeah.
lyrics are? From that charades performance.
Wow. Something?
No.
Okay, well, don't turn your back to everybody. They want to see
Yeah.
Mia too. It's not about you.
Don't tell Mia. Let her guess. Just guess a sentence.
I did.
Well, guess another.
This is what we're about, bringing up people and humiliating them on stage.
What
It's
a
okay.
What a Christmas that would be.
What a Christmas
What a
that would
Christmas
be.
That would be.
Not it would be.
Well, then I could wish you Merry Christmas.
Laugh out loud.
You said that.
I don't know what Emily was talking about.
Yeah, I don't know what Annalise was talking about either. Hey, I think you did a great job. Thank you for participating.
Thanks for playing.
Here's your
You can stub a
participation
Christmas champ
award.
trophy. Woo! Give it up for our Christmas
For our
champ,
Christmas
Mia.
connoisseur, Mia. Wow. Wow, we learned a new word today. This is like Sesame Street. Brought to you by the letter C for Christmas.
Connoisseur.
Connoisseuring Christmas. Guys, thanks for playing a game. Check out this video and welcome up our speaker, Stephen Applegate. Gate.
Hello, how is everyone doing this morning? You guys doing all right? Let's go. Guys, can we give it up for Mia, the Christmas music queen? Oh my gosh. The other services were horrendous. Literally every single student that came up, they're like, I don't know. I don't know. Mia, the confidence. Wow, that was awesome. But I realize there's so many songs that I don't actually know either. I've just been singing like mumblings my whole life. We just like know the tune and the beat, but we just go for it. But my name's Steven. I'm excited to be hanging out with all of you guys today. We are talking on this series called Leftovers. Everyone say Leftovers. Last week of Leftovers, and we're getting into a Christmas series. I'm really excited about it. I don't know about you guys, but Thanksgiving is one of those days where it's like, I just go for it, man. Like, I have a plate of food, and maybe you guys can relate. Nod your heads if you can relate. You have a plate of food, and then you get to that point where you're good. You're good. You're content. You've had enough food. But then you get to that point where you're like, I just want a little more food. And then we all know that we want that food, but if we cross that threshold, immediate cardiac arrest. It's just boom. You are now in the seat. Does anyone do that? You're like full, but then you just go one more step and you have some more food. Yeah. So I usually do that, and then it's like I regret it every single second after that, and it's just the greatest thing. And then you realize it's like going to sleep that night, you regret it. Waking up the next day, you're like, oh, my stomach, that's horrible. Yeah, so that's me every year. So if that's you guys too, awesome. But we're talking on leftovers, and as we go on this, last week we were talking about, sometimes we give the leftover money or leftover, like what we do for the Lord, our tithings and our offerings, and we want to give it to be our first and our best. But today we're talking about the idea that sometimes people around us feel like leftovers. People around us feel like the kind of friends and people in your life that you just don't want to spend time with. You know what I mean? There's some people that you know where it's like, regardless of what's going on, regardless of how much free time that you have, you just aren't going to hang out with them. You know those people where it's like, hey, they ask you to hang out, and you're like, oh, actually, yeah, I left my stove on tomorrow morning in my fish tank behind the garage. And it's like, what? It's like, yeah, I can't hang out with you. I'm sorry. And you just don't want to be with them. They're like leftovers because, well, they're okay. You just don't really want to be around them. Well, they're called something. These people have a name, and I'm sure a lot of you guys know what I'm talking about. They're called difficult people. Can everyone say difficult? Okay, you guys need to wake up. You guys are a little bit quiet. This is weak. Difficult people. We all have those in our lives. Those people where it's just like, there's nothing in me that wants to be around you. There's nothing in me that wants to hang out with you. And the thing I love about this message today is it's something that we're always going to have to talk about. We're always, whether you call yourself a Christian or not, whether you're in the church or you're not, wherever you go, you're going to deal with difficult people. You're going to go to school tomorrow, and there's going to be people that are difficult. You're going to go to home after this, hang out. There's going to be difficult people in your family. There's going to be people that you live with that sometimes get on your nerves. Maybe all of the time get on your nerves. You're going to go to high school, or you're going to graduate, go to college. You're going to go to college, difficult people. You're going to get a job, big boy job, make big boy money. difficult people. They're always going to be around you. So we got to talk about it. You can't just avoid them. It's inevitable. You're always going to be around them. And there's a couple different kinds of difficult people that I want to talk about. And maybe you can relate to some of these. We're going to go down the list and be thinking specifically who that might be in your life, because that's going to play a role later today. So there's a couple of different kinds of difficult people that we are going to talk about. These are the people that can feel like leftovers sometimes. The first people that are difficult to love, difficult to be around, difficult to just be in their presence sometimes are annoying people. Just say annoying. I don't know what your guys' biggest pet peeves are. I don't know what you guys have. But you know that one thing that gets you going 0 to 60, whatever it is, whether it's chewing with your mouth open and you're eating and you can just see the food going out, whether it's cutting steak in a weird way, I don't know, whatever, however you guys do that stuff. Maybe it's interrupting people. I'm not sure. Whatever it is, you know what annoys you. You know what gets you going. I got to tell you about this story about, it literally happened this last week, about how ridiculously annoying the people that I live with are. Not my family, at college, at GCU, I live in an apartment. Now, I'm just going to preach to you guys right now. A lot of you guys are thinking, oh man, I can't wait to get out of high school. I'm going to move out. I'm going to have my own place. It's going to be awesome. Let's just be real here for a little bit. Let's just share some truth here. When you move out on your own, it's not just, butterflies and rainbows. You singularly have to now clean up after yourself all the time. You have to cook for yourself now all of the time. You don't get to go out and be like, Mom, what did you make today? Or, oh, I get to go talk to my siblings. Hey, guys, you want to do chores with me? That's not a thing. That's never going to happen. When you live on your own, you do these things because you're an adult. So you have to mature and just do things on your own. So out of the 4 guys that I live with in college, I would say that I'm the cleanest out of all of them. I'm the most organized. And I'm not even the most organized guy. So that should tell you about them that, man, some of them are just a train wreck. I'll just be real. In the way that people live, it's like, how do you even survive in that little thing you got going on there? So I wake up on Monday morning, and I walk out into the hallway. There is a trail of crumbs going all the way, like this white crumb stuff, going all the way down the hallway into the kitchen. It's like 7 in the morning. I walk into it with your bare foot. You walk into it. You know how annoying that is? You walk in, now it's on your foot, so you brush it off, gets all over the tile. I'm walking out. I'm losing it because I had just cleaned the place. So I, in my mind, said, I'm not cleaning it up. I'm not doing this anymore. I put my foot down, and I let that they are going to be the ones to clean it up. So I went to one of my roommates, and I go to Alec, and I say, Alec. Yeah, I'm using their names. I go to Alec, and I say, hey, Alec, did you do this right here? Is this you right here? Did you do the crumbs? Oh, no, man, it's not me. It's got to be Hayden over there. So I'm like, interesting. So I go over to Hayden. I go down the line. This is literally like how their doors are, too. It's just like Alex at the bottom, then Hayden. I go, Hayden, hello, did you do these crumbs right here? He looks at me in the soul and in the eyes, and he's like, nah, man, couldn't have been me. It's got to be Diego. So I'm like, freaking Diego. So I go over to Diego's room. Knock, knock, knock. Open the door. Diego, he's there. Yo, did you put these crumbs on the ground? This is disgusting. We are about to be adults. We're going to be out of college. Was this you? This is horrible. No, man, that's not me. That's got to be Alec. Are you kidding me? So what do? No, I didn't punch them, although I wanted to. Sometimes, hey, if it's justified. Just kidding. So I was so frustrated that I started trailing back where it went. I was following it. And I went back, and I started investigating. And you're like, why would you do that? It's just crumbs. Because I'm petty, okay? That's what I am. A lot of you guys probably are too. I'm petty. I wanted to get down to it. I'm like, all of you guys are going to lie. I'm not going to play this game. So I figured out who it was. I chewed him out, made him sweep it up. It was so annoying to the point where it's like, how are we almost adults, and we are still doing this? So I don't know what gets you going. I don't know what grinds your gears. But for that right there, man, I need about 4 therapists on site right there. Call it. Just right there immediately. Sheesh. That's one. Annoying people. Next, people who are a burden. Everyone say burden. You know what a burden is? A burden is someone where it's easier for them to be your friend than it is for you to be their friend. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? Those friends where it's like, yeah, we're friends, but they need me way more than I need you. And what they do is they come down and you'll be sitting and you'll just be having fun, and then something goes on, and immediately their crisis and their problems and their issues and everything going on in their life is now put onto your lap. And it's like, you got to do something with it. You have to, or else I'm going to die. And it's like, that's how in the world. And everything that is ever going on with them is now your issue. And it's so much more difficult to be friends with them because they're a burden. Now, let's just take a step further. I hope you don't have tons of these in your life, but people that are difficult are people that are your enemies. Your enemies are not easy people to be around. We all know those people where regardless of what you're doing, regardless of how much free time you have, you're never going to call them on the phone and be like, can we hang out? Can we spend some time together? They're your enemies. They did something that made you hate them. They did something to you that they just despise. You despise everything about them. And they are difficult people. And lastly, this might fall in the same category. People who have hurt you are difficult people. People who have hurt you, people who have said something to you personally, people who have talked behind your back, people who have made you feel less than, people who are a burden, people who have hurt you are difficult people. Because it's deeper than just on the outside. Now it's internal. Now you actually feel something when you think about that person. But the reason why I bring this up is because even though none of these people are number one on your list to be around, and even though these people are literally people that you wish to avoid, myself included, I want to avoid every single person on this list. But there's a reason we have to talk about it. Because not only are they always going to be a part of your life, but it's because Jesus says something so specific about these people that I think we should take a look at it. Jesus talks directly about the difficult people. And if you call yourself a Christian today, these difficult people are people that you need to be pursuing, not running away from, not avoiding, not saying, I'll let someone else, I'll just pray for them. Jesus says something so specific about these people that I hope this might change your perspective on the way you've been living. See, Jesus is talking to a crowd of people, and he's talking to them, and everything Jesus says is profound. So what you need to realize is when Jesus is talking, usually people get confused anyways. Jesus would answer a question with a question, and it's like, we're back to square one. I asked you a question, you asked me a question. That's not how this works, Jesus. That's how he was. So, it's not what he does here, but let's read this together. Matthew 25, verses 34 through 40. It says, come, you who are blessed by my Father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the creation of the world. Listen here, this is important. For I was hungry, and you fed me. I was thirsty, and you gave me Dutch Bros. I was a stranger, even though Starbucks is better. I was a stranger, and you invited me into your home. I was naked, and you gave me clothing. I was sick, and you cared for me. I was in prison, and you visited me. And Jesus is saying, you guys did all that for me. Jesus is saying, I was sick, and you helped me out. I was thirsty, and you got me something to drink. I was hungry, and you got me some food. I was naked and afraid, and you got me clothing. And everyone in the crowd's like, what's this? Is this dude tripping right now? Like, what? This is the first time I'm seeing Jesus. Like, I'm literally seeing Jesus in the flesh right now. How would I have just seen him and helped him out? When did I visit Jesus in prison? When were you in prison? How were we supposed, and everyone's kind of thinking like, what is this dude talking about? They're getting confused. And so the people start to wonder. This is what the people start to say. Then these righteous ones will reply, Lord, when did we ever see you get hungry? And when did we feed you? And when were you thirsty and we gave you something to drink? Or when were you a stranger and we showed you hospitality? And when were you naked and we gave you something to wear? When did we ever see you sick or in prison and visit you? We don't know. And it's this next verse that I want you to meditate on and think about and apply and wrestle with and struggle with and pray about and question and pursue. This is this next verse, Matthew 25, verse 40. I tell you the truth. When you did it to one of these difficult people that are annoying, that are a burden, that are an enemy, that make us hurt, that have hurt us, when you've done it to any of these difficult people, when you've done it to any of these brothers and sisters, you were doing it to me. And everyone just stopped. And they're saying, so Jesus, you mean when I loved on the people that are difficult and frustrating and mean and ruthless, you're saying when I loved those people, I was actually loving you? I was loving Jesus? And Jesus is like, yeah. Every single time you step out of your comfort zone and you step out of your preconceived notions and you step outside of your bias and you step outside of the things that you think you already know about these people and you step out and you go love these people that you might have been avoiding for so long, when you step out and do that, you're loving Jesus. You are literally the hands and feet of Jesus when you do that. See, Jesus tells us to do something so specific. Jesus calls us to love the people that nobody else wants to. That's your fill-in. If you were wanting to walk out of here with something that might not challenge you, think again. This is not going to be easy. Jesus calls us to love the people nobody else wants to. Read that, reread it, reread it, reread it. Tattoo when you get 18. Just kidding. Don't get it tattooed unless you felt led. Jesus calls us to love the people. Yeah, imagine that conversation. Yeah, Mom, just got done with church. Guy on stage said, if you feel led, get tattoo. So it's on my neck. It's like, wow, okay. You're grounded forever. You know what's interesting about that? When Jesus says, when you go out and love these people, you're loving me. And you know what's really cool about that? Because the Bible tells us to love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength. Love your neighbor as yourself. There we go. It says love God and love others. It's very specific on the first part. You got to love God. You got to love the Lord your God. You got to love your Creator. It's very specific who you're supposed to love. But you know the second part of that statement is so broad. It's so vague. Love other people. Love others. What does that mean? There's no asterisk next to the others. There's nothing next to others that's saying, love the people that you agree with, though. Love the people that you're already friends with. Love God and love the people that are in your class. Love God and love the people that are only in your family. Love God and love the people that you just agree with on everything. Jesus is calling us to love the people that you don't want to love. It's not a challenge for me to come out here and be like, go love the people that you already love even more. What kind of challenge is that? What kind of lukewarm, washed down gospel do you want if I were to be on here and say, man, just go love the people you already do? Okay, yeah, cool. I feel so good about myself. I'm such a good Christian. No, when you take steps for Jesus, you have to take steps that make you uncomfortable. And if this makes you uncomfortable, you're in the right spot. If this makes you uncomfortable, you're actually being honest with yourself. Because when I think about loving the people that are difficult, it scares me because I don't want to. But Jesus is being very specific and saying, but when you do that, you are loving me. And you know what's so crazy about this? Is it so countercultural. You're not going to be able to put this on Instagram and everyone's going to like it. You're not going to be able to tweet this out or put this on Snapchat and be like, love your enemies. Love the people that hurt you. Love those that annoy you. Love the difficult. And everyone's going to be like, yeah, totally, yeah. No one wants to love the people they disagree with. You know how political this world is? No one wants to love the people that are on the other aisle of them, that look different than them, that act different than them. No one wants to do that, and that's why Jesus is saying it. Because he knows it's difficult, and he knows that none of us are doing it. We have been called to love those that nobody else wants to. But this is what changed my perspective. This is what made me realize that I can do this. Because you hear a message like this and you're like, man, I got to look deep down in my heart and feel like, how can I love these people better? And how can I do this on my own? And how can I figure out how I'm going to have the patience for that? And how I'm just not going to, blow up and explode every single time I love these people. You know what just changed my life about this message? Is when you realize how much love Jesus has for you and how much Jesus did to have a relationship with you, and how God literally sent his son down on earth to die a sinner's death and get crucified and spat on and beat and whipped just so he could have a relationship with you. When you realize how much Jesus actually loves you, you won't start looking at the people in your life that are difficult and say, oh, I have to love them. I have to love them because the guy at church told me to. You're going to hear this message say, I don't have to love them. I get to love them. When you realize how much Jesus loves you, you will look at difficult people as an opportunity. You will look at difficult people as someone that you run towards, not run from. When you realize how much Jesus did just so he could love you, your heart will be filled because the love in your heart is his. It's Jesus' love in your heart that we get to use to love the difficult. If you're wondering, how am I going to do this on my own? How am I going to love people that I don't like? You're not doing it on your own. We're getting to use the love that Jesus already gave us to love the other people in our lives. And you know what's so beautiful about that? Is when we love the difficult people, you're not running out of love. You're not going to love these people and come home and be like, I don't love my mom anymore. I don't love my brother or sister. That's not how this works. If the love Jesus has is infinite and the love he has placed in your heart is from him, it has to be infinite too, because you're not doing this alone anymore. Because when you love other people that are difficult, you're loving Jesus. Jesus is with you in it. Jesus is your partner in crime in this. Jesus wants to love people with you. And when you love those difficult people, you're loving Jesus. You start to realize that, man, I can do this because it's not just coming from me. It's coming from the love that Jesus has for me, he's given to me, and it's the love that I have for him. And I want to close with this idea. You might have heard this message, and maybe it resonated, and maybe you're like, okay, yeah, it was good. Yeah, I realize, yeah, I can love people because Jesus loves me. Okay, I can do that, and I can find the people that are difficult and that I don't like, and I can love those people. Okay, I get it. Difficult message, but I'll do it. But you know what really resonated with me when I was thinking about this message is if you look down the line and you look at the people that are annoying, you look at people that are burdened, you look at people that are your enemy, you look at the people that have hurt you, if you just stopped pointing the finger and just started looking internally, you know what you might realize? Is that you have been annoying and that you have been a burden to people in your lives. And that I hope it's not for everyone, but it probably is, including myself. You might be someone's enemy. You might have just gotten into some kind of argument with someone that you are their enemy. You might have hurt someone. And you know what's so beautiful about this story? I just called you out 4 times. I called myself out 4 times. I've been every single one of those things and more. And I do it every day. It's the sin that is within me that I'm fighting against. But you know what's so beautiful about this message? It's not the fact that you are difficult. It's not the fact that you are hard to love. It's not the fact that you make it really hard to be friends with sometimes. That's not what's beautiful about this message. It's that I wake up every single day knowing I'm a difficult person, knowing that I'm a sinful person, knowing that I'm going to make mistakes and do things that are wrong, and I wake up every single morning and I am already loved by Jesus. And he's already said, regardless of what you've done and regardless of what you will do, I still love you. And I have loved you, and I do love you, and I will love you. And I died on a cross just for me to be able to do that and have a relationship with you. And you know what happens when you make that realization? You just realize that we're just all in the same group. You might look at your enemies today and say, yeah, I can't be best friends with them, but I realize how much more similar I am to them than I thought. So many times we want to put ourselves in a different group. We want to say they're the difficult people and I'm over here. They're the lukewarm Christians and I'm the one actually serving. They're the ones that are hurting other people and I'm trying to be a good person. I'm that nowhere in the Bible where you find that because you're a good person, that's why you're loved. Because you're a good person, now you're going to heaven. Find the verse, show me. It's not there. And if it is, it's false. You made it up. Jesus loves you regardless of who you are and what you've done. And when you come to that realization, and I'm praying that this week this message resonates with you, I'm praying that later today you just sit in silence and realize all the things that you've done that weren't the best. But I want you to have hope knowing that with all that in mind, and with Jesus already knowing about that and already knowing how much you're going to fail in the future and how many more people you're going to hurt in the future, and you realize that Jesus still loves you, that will flip your whole mindset to be eager to chase after those people who are difficult. Because I'm one of them. And for me to say anything different would be for me to lie and not accept who I actually am. And when we realize that we are loved by Jesus, we can step forward and say, hey man, I know we've had our disagreements, but can I show you who Jesus is? Hey man, you annoy the crap out of me, and there's nothing about you that makes me want to be around you. But hey, don't say that out loud. That's internally, guys, actually. Yeah, it's not a good way to make friends. You go up to that person and say, hey, can I sit next to you? Hey, do you want to maybe hang out sometime? Would you like to spend some time together with some coffee and just talk? You'll start to realize that because we are those difficult people, we can love those difficult people today. Not tomorrow, not next week, not when you have it all together, not when you can memorize 10 verses, not when you've read the whole Bible. Today, right now, immediately. You can go out into this world. Once you pass those doors, your battleground is every single person around you, and you're going to love them. Because we can love from the love that Jesus has given us. And we can love them because we have been made whole because of our Creator. See, we're going to get excited about those people, and no longer will we look at them as leftovers. We will look at those people as loved. Would you guys pray with me? God, I thank you so much just for the opportunity that you've given us to serve you. Just for the opportunity that even though I've messed up, and even though everything that I've done in my life, there's a lot that I'm not excited about, there's a lot that I'm regretful for, there's a lot that I wish I could go back and change. God, even though I've been annoying, even though I've been a burden, even though I'm someone's enemy, even though I've hurt people, God, you still love me. So I ask right now that you would fill every single one of our hearts with your love. And I ask that every single one of us would go out boldly today with the people around us, regardless of who they are, regardless of what they've done to us. God, and I just pray that the second we leave these doors, we are on mission to go out and love the difficult. And God, I want to do it with you. I don't want to do this alone. Jesus, I need you with me because I can't do it without you. God, we thank you, we love you, we praise you. And every single person in this room said, amen, amen.
All right. Yeah, give it up for Stephen. Thank you. Yes.